But yeah, I'm really excited about finishing school. I know it's super important. So I just got out of Ninth Wonders class.
Wow, of course I do.
I knew you were pretty hip.
Well, we had him. He used to, be at hopscotch all the time.
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
and he actually used to program, evening sports.
Well, he taught a dude.
Yeah.
So he's got ties everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
He's kind of like you and me.
Well, y'all are younger. We're here at our solid waste facility for the city of Durham, and today we are talking trash. And so
Steve is very good at,
which I am very good at, and so is Justin. But we're doing it not on the basketball court. We're doing it here at Durham Solid Waste Facilities, and we have some special guests with us today. And but before we hit the special guests, let me just tell you a couple of facts about trash in Durham. So we have 72,000 customers that the city of Durham picks up trash from every single week, and 21,000 people that we're picking up yard waste from every single week. And so this is an enormous operation, and it's done extremely well. I just feel like the efficiency and the effectiveness of the department is amazing. We have about 154,000 tons of garbage that we take every year that come here to this transfer station on our trash trucks, and they go to a rural county. And one of the things we're doing is we pay by weight. So it costs us a lot to ship that out of Durham, but we can't landfill here anymore. The state won't let us landfill here, so we have to transfer it. And so that all your trash is brought here to this transfer station. Hazardous waste is also here. Now that's something that we have a special guest that will tell us about. And so I think I'll introduce a special guest, and then you can ask whatever you want. How does that sound?
Okay, great. Yeah, I'm ready.
So here are our special guests. This is Cedric Scarlett. Cedric is a site supervisor here at Solid Waste. This is Patricia Hall. She is the assistant director of our solid waste department. This is Antoine Freeman. Antoine is with EcoFlow, which is the company that picks up our hazardous waste. And so we're around that hazardous waste. You can tell us a lot about that, because that's a whole separate operation. So what do you want to know from these experts?
So many questions to ask. Really, a great place to start might be something, if you guys have a particular part of the operation that maybe people don't know about or don't think about, that is really critical to how the whole operation flows day to day, week to week. What is it about the solid waste mechanism that makes it go?
Yeah, so the mechanisms of solid waste are just normally what everybody sees, the guys on the trucks that come to your house and pick up recycling, pick up trash, pick up your yard waste. Those guys are guys in the field. They're feet on the ground. They see everything. They do the majority of the work. Down here where Cedric is our site supervisor, this is where we have contractors come down here, residents come down here on the weekends, clean out your basement. You want to throw some things away. We take our electronics down here. We take household hazardous waste, appliances. We do take recycling. We do take yard waste, tires, scrap metal, all kinds of things.
You'll take the whole house then?
Everything.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you throw it away, it's going to come out here somewhere.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Hazardous waste operation. Mainly what I take in is paint.
Okay.
I take the anything containing mercury, all your insecticides, pesticides, herbicides, all your sides, fertilizers, fire extinguishers.
Okay. It's all the fun stuff then.
And your household cleaning supplies, your acids and your bases, and anything that's neutral as well. Okay. And all your petroleum-based products too as well.
So when you say cleaning supplies, does that include Febreze,
Febreze,
countertop
Kaboom,
cleaner, all that stuff?
Yeah, all of that stuff. Yes, all of that stuff.
I definitely think I'm throwing that in the trash.
Lysol.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, all that stuff.
Okay.
Yes.
Interesting. Well, I learned something already.
Yes. If it's still liquefied, then yes, bring it here.
I was out here. I participated, and Cedric, you may have participated too, in the waste characterization studies. Yeah. So do you want to talk about the waste characterization study a little bit?
Well, the waste characterization study is when we had an agency come over here and they actually took samples from our transfer station.
Okay.
And with the samples, they determine what's going into the trash.
Okay.
They pulled out several materials and they kind of make a determination of what the residents throwing away.
Okay.
And the kind of things that with that information they can kind of inform the resident, inform the solid waste department about what the customers are putting into the trash and maybe help deter what needs to go in and what shouldn't go in there and those type of things like that. Just to get an understanding of what our residents actually throwing away.
Right, and it sounds like make some improvements as well on how the whole system works.
The waste characterization study is really interesting. So I volunteered for the first one. And the way it works, like Cedric said, is we bring in the trash, somebody's regular trash bag, open it up, there's a wire table. And then there are all these bins around, and you're wearing a mask and 2 pairs of gloves. You put the diapers over here, and the sticks over here, and the food over here, and then they weigh it. And one of the things we found is something like 25% of what goes into our garbage now, which we're paying to ship somewhere else, is compostable or recyclable.
Okay.
And a lot of that is organics. A lot of it's food.
Okay.
And so one of the proactive things that the city's doing, and Patricia's in charge of this operation, is to try to be recycling, is to begin to recycle our food, our organics. And so
we are a foodie town, after
we are
all.
a foodie town.
We are. We are known for our food, and that's one thing that we want to try to keep out of the landfill is food, organics, compostable materials. So we're starting a pilot program here soon in September for commercial food waste and our yard waste to be composted together. And then we want to move to a pilot program with our residents and get about 100 residents on board and put their food waste in their yard waste cans and then collect all that material together and then compost it all together to see if we can divert more waste from going to landfill. So.
And is there a particular way that food needs to be put into the yard waste container, or can we just take our old dinner and just scrape it off the plate right into the bin? How does that?
So that's one thing that we're going to work with residents on is, do they want compostable bags? Do they want something inside their house to put it in to make it cleaner, to put in the yard waste container? Do they just want to scrape it off into the yard waste container? That's something we want to figure out. We want the residents to feel comfortable with what they're doing because we can take it any way. It doesn't really matter to us. We want to make sure that the residents feel comfortable so that they want to put as much as they can into that bin.
Gotcha.
So one of the things the waste characterization study did was help us figure out the fact that, to be able to quantify the tremendous amount of compostables that we have that we're just shipping out of here and, is creating greenhouse gases that we don't need to be creating and can be composted.
And so you said there's you guys are doing the commercial composting first, correct?
Correct.
And then on to some residential areas. If someone that maybe wasn't part of the initial pilot program wanted to jump the gun and participate, how could they go about changing their habits to compost better or recycle better before they become part of this program?
So one thing is just backyard composting is one thing that we express to residents all the time. Anybody can compost at any point in time. Vegetable waste, fruits, all that kind of stuff. Anything but meat and dairy you just can't put in your backyard, put with your leaves and your grass. And that's one way that residents themselves can divert their own waste until we can really get up and going for everybody to participate in our program. And we're hoping to have drop-off sites for residents too. Maybe you don't want to be a yard waste subscriber, but you still want to divert your food waste. So we want to give avenues for residents to be able to do that. But that's more, down the road once we kind of get everything going. So
cool.
Yeah.
How about the reuse rodeo?
The reuse rodeo actually stemmed from the waste characterization study. We found 10% of our waste stream was textiles, and that was one number that stuck out. We did not know that many textiles were going in the trash. So we tried to collaborate with a couple of the local organizations, Durham County, Keep Durham Beautiful, and try to figure out how can we get those textiles out of the trash. So on Earth Day, we had our first reuse rodeo. We diverted almost 12,000 pounds of material to local nonprofits, and we're going to have another one in October 21st. So the residents loved it. We had great participation, and so we want to keep that going and give an avenue for the residents to come bring everything, so that if you just have clothes, you don't have to go to this one nonprofit and that nonprofit, and I have furniture for this one, and so you can bring it all to one place, and then we sort it out to the nonprofits for them.
So anything else that you all think is particularly interesting about our solid waste operations that we ought to be, that our listeners would want to know about?
We're being innovative, and we are always open to ideas. And so if residents decide they have a better idea or something that they think that our department could be doing, our ears are always open.
Just encourage the customers and the citizens or residents to recycle more. Use more oil filters, antifreeze, cooking oil, all those type of items we recycle here. Any type of electronics. I see TVs and ditches and on the side of the road. It's
Right.
nothing to just bring 1 or 2 TVs here, and we'll recycle those things.
Right.
What about iPhones? You seen any iPhones?
iPhones,
Really?
even second, third generation iPods.
Okay.
And even with those type of items that you want to get rid of but don't necessarily want to throw it away,
Sure.
we have a swap shop.
Okay.
And they can bring it here, and we encourage that because someone is always coming and getting those items.
Tell them about how the swap shop works, because the swap shop's right behind us over here. It's a nice little brick building when you first drive in.
So the way the swap shop works is customers have pretty good items, and you can actually reuse it. It was a way of recycling.
Sure.
So they can come and just drop it off, simply just drop it off, and then we have other customers that come up, and it's kind of like shopping.
Sure.
Shopping for free items. So they can come in here, and if they see something that they like, they're welcome to have it. The same with household hazardous waste. Customers come over here, they see anything they like, they can have
Like
it.
paint.
Paint.
If there's paint that's been brought here and they see they can use the paint, they can have it.
Absolutely, paint,
Yeah.
anything. Items for your cars, car detail material, that type of thing.
Yes.
The one thing I also just want to say again that I think is really important for everybody to realize is that, I'll just say again, the solid waste picks up trash every week from 72,000 homes. That's an amazing responsibility, and it's an amazing accomplishment. And so we're trying to make these innovations in terms of, when I say we, I mean the city. I just mainly stand here and clap while you guys do the work. But it's, we're making these innovations in terms of what we're going to be trying to do with our textiles and our composting and so forth, our organic waste. But the basics of it is that we have this amazing group of people, city employees, who are out there every day, every morning, sun, heat, rain, snow, it doesn't matter. They're out there. And like I say, I've ridden the trucks on some cold days too. And it's just really hard. And I just want to say to people, when you see your local solid waste collector, thank them. They do an amazing job.
Thank
I'm
you.
glad you said that, Steve. I second that. Yeah, I think that's really important. Well, yeah, thank you.
you.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.